Thanks for staying with us. So it's International Women's Week on Your View this week. And before we start celebrating leaders and women who are accomplished, we thought let's start with young women who are leading in their various spheres of life. And today on the show, to start our International Women's Celebration, to speak on essential qualities and characteristics of leaders, is the president of the Student Council at the Pan-Atlantic University, Prisca Okocha Ojeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Madam President, you're welcome.
Thank you very
Good to have you on our show.
Thank you.
So it's International Women's Month, and we're pretty excited. So much is happening around the world. The theme this year is Accelerate Action. And I know that you're a student leader, and it was important for us to celebrate young leaders like you, who are women, who are also working with men and other colleagues in your school. So it was important for us to come bring you on the show to learn a bit from you and see how you're leading in your own space. So tell us a bit about yourself and what year you are in school and how you became president of student government.
So thank you very much for having me, and I'm excited to be here to discuss how young women can not only attain leadership positions but how they can excel in them. So my name is Prisca Okocha Ojeah, like earlier mentioned. I'm the president of the Pan-Atlantic University Student Council. I'm also the president of the Public Speaking Club at the university.
Nice.
I am in my final year and I am studying economics. Aside that, I'm also pursuing a chartered accountancy degree with ICANN. I've completed the first stage, so I'm an associate accounting technician.
Nice.
So my journey to becoming president hasn't been, I won't say it was the easiest, but well, it was a bit soft, I guess. Right? And then so far my journey has been good. I've had a lot of mentors supporting me. I've had different people that I look up to, that I ask for advice, and I think that's one thing that has kept me going.
You know, being a leader, especially like in university, is not something most young people gravitate towards. What was it about you growing up or anything that motivated you to do that? Okay,
so what motivated me to become a leader? Well, I would say in my house we're all family of leaders, right? So I had two older brothers that were in PAU as well, and then they were both in student council. And I was like, okay, they've been in student council, let me also go and be in student council and see what's going on there. And then I went in there as vice, and then after 1 year, I wasn't done. I said, okay, no, I want to come back again as president. So that was one thing that kept me going.
Okay, so you were in the student council as vice, then you became the president. What exactly do you do, or what was different about being a vice president and being a president? What does that role embody, and what are the advantages to take up that leadership position? What have you seen so far?
All right, so difference between being a vice and being a president is that as much as possible, the vice is expected to like support the visions of the president and ensure that, okay, whatever the president plans to do is, being achieved. But then as the president, you have your own visions, you have the things that you want to see get done, right? As the vice, you may not necessarily have your own take on the things that you want to do, because as much as possible, it is the president's agenda that should be followed. So becoming the president, I saw that there are various things that could be improved upon in terms of leadership, in terms of student life, and that is why I went back to be president, in order to achieve those things that had not been touched.
Okay, so what are the pressing issues that the students of Pan-Atlantic University have? Because I was speaker from a state university and we had issues. So I'd like to see what's a private university.
Well, we have a bit of issues, like we could have maybe hostel issues once in a while. We could have Wi-Fi issues. Those are a bit of the issues that we have. But aside that, I think in terms of academics, we are good, because we have world-class top education.
So let me use you to brag a bit, because I was also president of the student government in my university. I was also president of African Students Union called TWACY. I was president a lot, so I understand, and I was vice president.
It's not easy.
I was always vice president. I also run to president. But during my time, and I wanted to use to focus a bit on leadership, because during my time, one of the struggles I had was leading people from different countries. I didn't know how to engage certain issues, and there were issues there were tribal issues, there were religious issues, there were just so many things. And as a leader, it was difficult for me to navigate. How are you able to lead when you have different people from different places, guys, girls, different ages, and how do you bring them together as a leader to focus on your vision and direction of for the school?
All right. So one thing I understood, or like I was forced to understand, is that not everybody would be in support of what you have planned, or not everybody would be, in line with your vision and all. So I tried to get a group of people, hoping that that small group of people that I get would impact people in their own various groups as well. So my own way of getting a small group of people to assist in impacting other people was we set up a committee system in the council right now. So we have about 8 committees with a total of 77 members in all those committees. So now these people, they help us to publicize the activities. They help us to tell their friends, their classmates about it. So even if they are not keyed into the activities because they don't like the people in council, well, their friends are sort of still in council, so they have to support their friends
community.
by coming on board and things like that.
So one of the worries I've always had with leadership and getting involved with student council and all that is I feel it distracts from your academic pursuits, and I'm a bit worried for you. Should I be?
No, you shouldn't.
How have you found the balance with being an effective student council president and yet thriving academically?
Okay, well, I'll say it's about learning how to plan your time management, and also like coordinating yourself. And you have to give up a lot of things. Like, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. So on time management, I know that, okay, today I wake up, I have to ensure that I send out 5 emails and then I'm done with council work for the day. Then I have class at maybe 9 to 5. I go for my class 9 to 5. I'm back from class. I have council meeting. 1 hour council meeting is done. I come back, revise my notes for the day.
So you
then
you schedule yourself properly.
Schedule myself.
Nice.
And then sometimes when I may not be in time with my schedule and all, I may have to sacrifice my sleep in order to make up for all
So I'm
this
going to
time.
get my kids to watch this.
How do you respond to negative feedback? And I would also like to pull this link it up with our country as well. You being a leader, maybe getting negative feedback, how would you address it? How do you think our leaders for our country should do? What do you think they should do differently when they get criticisms?
Okay, so I haven't been someone that would take negative feedback like easily, but then of recent I have learned to just take it off. So the truth about those negative criticisms is that there is a bit of positivity in them, or like there's a bit of truth in them. The important part is that, okay, you take it, they've said something, fine and good, I'm going to take it. Look out for the parts that concern me that I can actually improve on, and then I take up those parts, work on them, and then the other parts that are not really important to me, I push it aside and then I move on with my life.
So what advice would you give our country's leaders?
I think there are other pressing issues that we could focus on in the country, right? So getting this negative comments from people is bound to happen. If you're in leadership position, people always have something to say about you. So
you go ahead.
So have you had any policy that your school executive, because it's a university and you are just a student, have you had any policy that the schools thinks, what's wrong with these children? It's bad. Do you have any such policies?
Resistance,
and how do you resolve any
resistance
of such
from
conflict?
the management?
okay, so I'd say that the school is a bit structured in a way that we don't just wake up and bring up a new policy. But most of the policies are usually brought up after consultation from some students. So like there's maybe a focus group kind of thing, and then students are asked, okay, what do you think about this and this and this and this? So whatever the outcome is sort of what is going to favor the student, because usually PAU is usually student-centric. So most of the things are usually in favor of students. I don't recall any time when any policy has been against this.
So do you have fun? Like, yes, you're president, you look so serious on studios and do you just do stuff and let go and let loose and hang out with your friends? You're in university. I mean, it's your final year anyway, but do you do a lot of stuff just to be naughty?
Can I add a part
Yes.
B to that question? Dating and being a student president, how
easy
does that
is it?
affect
How
you,
does that
or
affect-
dating life?
I haven't.
Do you have a dating?
No, I don't. I do not have a dating life. Yes,
Yet.
to put it out there. Yes, I don't have a dating life. But having fun with my friends and all. So usually I have fun during the activities that I organize. Like one upcoming activity that we have is Spirit Week from the 23rd of March to the 29th of March.
Okay.
Right? It's an event to celebrate school culture, to celebrate unity, and like to celebrate the fact that we are members of the PAU community.
Okay.
And then during this event, we have various activities lined up. And of course, I would have fun in those activities. So the way I have my own fun is
Do you
through my
go clubbing,
activities.
Auntie? Do you do clubs at all?
No, I don't.
In case I want you don't.
She said no.
Just check it.
But I want to ask you about being a woman, because this month, this is a new month, and this month is all about women and all of that. And outside the school, there are women that have capacity for leadership who struggle to get it. And obviously, you've enjoyed leverage on that point. But do you think that your school environment encourages women leadership, and you, in interaction with the outer world, feel we should do more to encourage women leadership, or we should just leave it as women should fight for their role? I fought to become the president, student union president, so let women not ask for affirmative action and all of that.
All right, so I think that the world may seem like, oh, it is a male-dominated world and men should be the ones in leadership. But as much as possible, I think the world should encourage women in leadership, because it is good to have a different perspective on something. And I have worked with women in my various, scales of leadership, like the vice presidents of the Alumni Association, right? They have different perspectives that they can bring to the table. We don't always want to see it from the men's side. The women also have something to say. And another aspect is that the opportunities are not there, but we have to sort of create those opportunities for ourselves. You don't have to be a leader by being the top manager in a bank or something. By volunteering in a leadership in a small community, by saying, okay, this is not right in the community, I want to do this and do this, that is also leadership. And then from there you can be known on a global scale.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we have a gift for you, but we're going to shop. When we come back, we'll present to you just thanking you for coming on the show, because our very, very first guest for the International Women's Week that your view is celebrating. So we have a little gift which I think Nima will be presenting to you. If you can get it over to Nima, then we can now present it to you. But I'm really proud of the work you've done so far, and I think you have you're just one person that we must celebrate in everything you do. Finally, your final words. What do you want to say to Nigeria young leaders out there?
Okay, I'd like to say that leadership is all about taking action, and if you want to lead, you have to start today. So ensure that you speak up, take responsibility, and step into leadership roles. And for young women watching this, remember that you do not need permission to lead. The world needs more female leaders, and that of course includes you. So as much as possible, take that opportunity today. And well, I'm grateful for PAU and the opportunity that PAU has given me to become a student leader. Yes, so that's
wishing you the best.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thanks for being our first guest.
Oh, thank you.
We're so proud of you.
Well done.
On our
Yes,
special
well done.
edition this week.
Thank you
I'd
very
like to
much.
let you know that you are inspiring a lot of young people watching today.
Yes,
So
yes.
well done.
Thank you very much.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.